if you're listening to this recording, I'm already dead. No, I'm just kidding. I just thought it would be funny to say that. People always say that in movies, and I didn't want to give up the chance to say it myself. Although I guess it's probably true. It's just sort of depressing to think about. Probably starved to death, if I had to guess what got me. Although, to be honest, with what's going through my head, that would be the best way to go out. I wouldn't mind that so much. Anyway, that was a stupid way to start this. Hi. I guess I should explain why I'm recording this. So, 6 months ago, I took my little brother Scotty to the pool. We would do it every weekend, sometimes twice a week. And the pool is, I don't know, it's almost half of a water park. They've got these big splash pads and some slides and stuff. The biggest thing they have there is this big tower you have to climb up, and everyone calls it the rattler because when you're going down the pipe, the whole thing like shakes and it sounds like you're in the middle of a thunderstorm. It feels like the thing's gonna fall apart. So when Scotty was little, we'd go up the rattler together, and I'd go down first, and this was before he could really swim. And I'd be waiting there for him, and I'd hear him coming down. He would be scream laughing, and then he'd shoot down into the water, and I would dive down and pull him up. Go again. I could do it all day, going up and down the rattler. And I should explain also, sorry for the whispering, and Arturo's asleep on the other side of the room, and I don't want to wake him up. I was planning on recording this when I had some time, when the house was empty, but things have escalated. I have to get out of town tonight. So my uncle got me this new camera. It was like 8 months ago at this point. And it was this real fancy, active camera, it's for extreme sports people, I think. Like mountain bikers and skydivers and stuff. But it's waterproof. My uncle knows that I'm into photography, and he kind of supported me in that. But anyway, Scotty had this idea. He wanted to go down the rattler, and he wanted me to go behind him and film him. And then, we'd go shooting out and whatever, have the footage of that. He thought it would be fun. So I said sure. So we climb up the rattler, and we sit down together. He slides down like a foot ahead of me, but I'm right behind him. And the first thing that I noticed was how quiet it was. The rattler wasn't, rattling. And then I just kept sliding. And I couldn't hear Scotty. Couldn't hear anything except myself on the slide. And then, you couldn't see it yourself. I popped out, and all the rest of it is on camera. There was, I don't know, half a second where I tried to rationalize it. I was thinking, how did I end up in a shower? Is it whatever? I mean, there was nothing that made sense, but for just a tiny moment, I tried to make sense of it. You know, the tile, it looks like the locker rooms in the pool. So I just thought, I don't know. But one of the weird things, thinking back on it, was just how quickly I accepted it. You know, and it's funny, the first real thought I had that I can remember, as soon as I got out of that slide and I picked up my camera and I looked around, I just remember thinking, thank God I have my camera here. Thank God I can prove this, you know? Isn't that kind of weird? Shouldn't I have been, I don't know, panicking or seeing what's going on or something? The first thing I thought was, I'm glad I have something with me that I can show people so they can believe me. I mean, I just immediately knew. I don't know what I knew, that it was impossible, but that it was real. I mean, yeah, it was real, it was happening. And that's just one of those things, looking back on it, that sticks in my mind, is how fast I accepted it. Anyway, so, as you can see, I started wandering around, and the place just kept going, and going, and going. And, you know, I would turn off my camera. Sometimes I started getting worried about the battery. I fell asleep a couple times. I can't say how long I was there. I mean, I have my, you know, the amount of footage I have about an hour of footage, but when I would turn the camera off when I fell asleep, I don't know if it was, you know, did I sleep for 8 hours or 15 minutes? Time didn't, I couldn't tell how long things were going on, you know. I mean, I was when I came back, I was gone for about 2 weeks. But it didn't feel like that in there. It felt like forever, I guess. So I started walking around, and I started looking for Scotty. I was calling for him, but I don't know, this doesn't really make sense, but I was kind of scared to be loud. There was this constant feeling I had, like someone was nearby or somebody was listening, and I didn't want them to hear me. I can't explain it, but on the forum, you know, other people say the same thing. It feels like everybody who's been in there, there's this paranoia, you know, like you're being watched, or no, it's not that you're being watched, it's that right now you're hidden, and it's so important to not be found. So I was looking for Scotty, and my brain kept going back and forth. 1 second when it would say, he's not here, that means he probably just got to the bottom of the slide and popped out normal. And then I was just gone. And that's what I was hoping for. But then, the next second I would think he's in here somewhere. And he's alone and he's scared. And I have to find him. And, unfortunately, that turned out to be the case. Of course, when I got back, that started a whole shitstorm. The police kept me for a while. I was suspect number 1, And of course, they didn't believe this footage. Maybe I was naive to think that proof would prove anything. But, I'm just one guy. And they watched this and they thought that I have, access to some, movie studio's worth of manipulation. That I faked all this. Turns out when people don't want to believe something, it doesn't matter how much you show them, they just won't believe it. But I can't really blame them. I wouldn't have believed this if I saw it. That's when things really fell apart. People stopped talking to me. At best, people thought that I was, crazy, or that I was, insane with grief, that I couldn't think about what happened to my brother. Most people thought that I did something real bad. And that's the part that kills me. That people think I would do something to Scotty. That Mom really thinks I would do something to Scotty. That's part of why I'm making this footage now before I go. I know that, I've shown this footage 100 times. I know it's not going to convince anybody that what I saw was real. I know it's not going to convince anybody that Scotty is trapped in there. But if there's any chance that I can convince people that I believe it, that I'm not lying, even if everybody thinks I'm crazy, but that I really believe it, to me, I don't know, it's 1,000 times better than people think that than them thinking that But there's also, I guess, an element of wanting to tell people when I vanish, if I don't come back. I just want people to know the truth. They won't believe it, I get it, but I want people to know. I'm leaving tonight. As soon as I finish this, I'm packing up. I'm heading to the Greyhound station. Everything just came together so quickly, it all fucking fell apart. I got word, right? I got word that they're gonna do it tomorrow night. And I have to be there. So that was a fast enough timeline as it is. How do you get across country in a day? So I got my stuff together. Packed a backpack full of food. Which, hopefully will ward off starvation for a little while. And then I don't know. I guess it was a mistake, but I went back home. I wanted to try to talk to Mom one more time, see if I could get through to her. Of course, it didn't go well. But the real problem was I took Dad's Beretta, the 92 that he taught me with. We used to go to the shooting range together when I was a kid. You know, maybe it's stupid, I mean, in all this footage, it's not like there's anything to shoot, but that paranoia is, it's strong. And I just knew I would feel a little better if I had something I could fight back with. Plus, I mean, I'm meeting Dr. Chris and the other guys tomorrow night, and, I don't know, I guess there's a chance that they're actually just a bunch of sex perverts. I'm kidding, that's not true. I hope it's not anyways. Yes, Mom called the cops on me. I don't know if it was because of the gun or because I robbed her or whatever. I stole from her. It's bullshit. Yes, I should explain what's happening tomorrow. One of the only things that's kept me sane since getting back has been this community. This weird little group of people that have experienced what I've gone through. Turns out it's not just me and Scotty. This happens, I mean, I don't know how often, but there's a couple dozen of us in the forum all around the world. Some of them don't speak English. There's, translators and auto translators and stuff that people are using to try to communicate. It gets hard to understand when you're talking about stuff as weird as this. But there's this guy, Dr. Chris, right? I mean, everyone calls him Dr. Chris. I don't think he's a real doctor. He calls himself a psychometrist, I think. Something like that. I don't know, sometimes it seems like he's completely insane, but he also talks with so much confidence and he knows stuff. You know, there were certain things that he asked me that I hadn't told anybody, and he knew, or he, knew the themes, I guess, of things that I had seen. He was asking me about, like, if I recognized places and whatever. So, I don't know. I'm sure anybody who's diving into something like this is probably a little crazy, but I think he knows what he's talking about. I hope so, anyways. But, there's this idea, right, about a way that you can slip in, and I guess I should explain. They call it slipping. When you fall into the maze, this world or whatever, people call it different things. The maze, the mirror world. I just call it the maze, but the idea is I don't know, I can't explain it. Dr. Chris, when he explains it, it makes sense. It's like, so you know how atoms are, like we're all made up of atoms. Well, it turns out that atoms are mostly empty, right? And so there's like a 1 in a billion chance that if I reached out towards a book, my hand would just pass through it instead of picking it up. If all the atoms lined up in just the right way, that they just kind of passed each other, I guess. I don't know. I mean, idea is apparently that if the atoms line up in like just the right way, and there's this psychometric component or something, you can slip, and then you end up in the maze. So it's random most of the time, but Dr. Chris says that there's a way to engineer a slip, I guess, or make it more likely that you'll slip. So that's the idea tomorrow. There's a house, there's a whole community. This suburban development, it got abandoned, unfinished. And Chris said that he's had experience slipping there. So I'm gonna go there. I have to take something of Scotty's that was close to him. I'm taking this old N64 shirt that he used to wear to bed. And I have to go there. And I have to go to sleep in the house. Dr. Chris said he slipped there. That it's worked for him, you know. I mean, he said that he's been to the maze 5 times. The first time, you know, accidental, and that started him on his, whatever his journey, I guess, of trying to figure it out, trying to understand it. So, if he's been back and forth so many times, you know, I think I can trust him. No, I think the slipping is probably going to be the easy part. The hard part is going to be finding Scotty. The people who have been there, they say they've never, I don't know, you don't find other people there. But some people have slipped together. If they're like holding hands or whatever, they end up in the same place. So I think there's a way, you know, and Chris says that's why I have to take Scotty's shirt, you know, something close to him, because there's this like psychic element to it. I know it sounds crazy, but that it'll be like a magnet or something for wherever Scotty is, and it'll get me close to him. But who knows? Maybe I'll just wake up there and nothing will have happened. I've wasted my time. I don't know. But look at this shit. Alright? This stuff. There's a flashlight. Okay? There's a radio. And on the wall, somebody painted that. A person, you know? And if somebody was here before me in the same place that I was standing there, why couldn't I find somebody else? If we were there at 2 different times, if I get lucky, we could be there at the same time. Right? I don't know. I know that it's a prayer, right? I mean, there's a 1 in a billion chance. But I can't leave Scotty there. Whenever I think of him, just stuck in this place by himself, I can't take it. I don't have anything else. All my friends left. I've been stuck in this town for years. I mean, Scotty was so young when Dad died. mean, he was messed up by it for a bit, but he got over it. And Mom was falling apart. She wasn't a help to anybody. I don't even think she was trying. She would, she wouldn't throw the bottles out in the house. She'd take them out of the dumpster, but I saw him. I just did whatever I could to keep Scotty out of the house. He'd come home from school and I'd take him out to the library, introduce him to my coworkers. We'd do his homework together. We'd go to the arcade or go to Pizza Hut. On the weekends, we'd go to the pool. And he was happy, And I feel like I was protecting him. I was really saving him. I mean, my childhood was fucked up, and I couldn't get that back. But I could help Scotty with his. And he deserves it, He's so... I mean, everybody loves him. He's so kind and friendly, and he's just this light in the world. I mean, even older kids, teenagers and stuff, they should be ignoring him or bullying someone his age. But they'd come over to him and they'd say hello and they'd say, "What's up? How you doing?" And it's not like me, I don't know, I just fucked everything up. Everything got fucked up for me. I don't know, one or the other. But Scotty had a chance. He has a chance. And if I don't have him, I don't think I have anything. Just me. And that's not worth it. Sorry, I don't know, that's not... I just can't leave him there. And then now I guess I'm a fugitive or something, right? I mean, the cops caught up to me at the library. They were asking me some questions at first, and, I thought that it was just I heard you had a fight with your mom. Is everything okay? I don't know what I thought it was stupid. And then they mentioned the gun. And then they said that they were taking me. They were going to detain me. They've been looking for an excuse, I think. They all think I did it, They all think I'm hiding something, that I've made this all up, that I'm taking pleasure in this. Of course, they didn't have anything on me. They couldn't do anything to me. But as soon as Mom gave them an excuse, they were ready. They were ready to take me in to do whatever they wanted. So, what else could I do? I ran. They don't know the library basement, It's an old maze, the coal chutes and stuff. I've been storing my stuff there, getting ready for the trip. I just had to come back home to make this, I guess. I just want people to know the truth. I know nobody's gonna believe it, but I should apologize, I guess, to Carlo and his family. I'm sorry. I don't know if the police are gonna show up here. I don't know if they're gonna... I'm sorry. If anything happens to your family, I didn't mean for it to go like this. Thank you for taking me in. Nobody else would. And I don't know what to say is, obviously, they didn't know anything about what I was up to, about my plans, about what went down with me and my mom, and none of that, right? I've been staying with my coworker's family. I just pay him a few bucks every day. I mean, I don't think they even care. They'd probably take me in if I couldn't. But I have to sleep with their oldest son, Arturo. He works insane shifts, so I'm just trying not to wake him up. Anyway, if any of this blows back on you guys, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to say. I guess, thank you to all the people online who kept me sane through this. I don't know what I would have done. It feels like everybody who goes through this, they can't. Nobody understands, nobody gets it. They all think they're insane or making it up or something. If we were watching this stuff again, it was so, I don't know how to describe it. It's sort of like thinking back on a dream. In the dream, weird stuff can happen. You can, fly, or, there's all sorts of crazy shit, like monsters, and you're a superhero or whatever, and you just accept it all. In the dream, it happens, and it feels normal. And then you wake up in the morning, and you're like, what the hell? That's what it feels like watching this back. There's something unreal about it, but familiar at the same time. It was like I knew the place, even though I hadn't been there before. Or like the other way around, I had been there before, even though I didn't know it. I don't know how to put it into words. I don't know, maybe it's that psychic shit that Dr. Chris talked about. It was like the places that kept popping up. I mean, even just the tile, Swear to God, it looks like the tile from the pool, and these slides and stuff everywhere. They look like the Rattler. I mean, they're different colors and stuff, and there's other stuff that I don't recognize, or I don't think I do. But it still feels like it. There's some places I've been. Places I know. It's weird, it's stuff I haven't thought about in a long time. Like here. It's the motel. I didn't realize it at first. But the windows are the same. Sorry, in a second you'll see what I mean. It's this road trip I took with my dad. I was so little. We were going to see my granddad. And, we stopped at a motel for the night. These windows they're the same. I remember we were from-y little pool. And it was dark. And it was just lit by the motel lights. And Dad was sitting on one of those, rubber beach chair things, and I was in the pool with my floaties, and it was just quiet. It was so warm, and the stars were out, and Dad would just say something. I don't even remember what he said, but sometimes he would just say something, and I'd be swimming around. And I don't know, it was dark, and I was in the water, and it feels like I should have been afraid, but I wasn't, because Dad was there, and it was okay. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that. I've watched this footage so many times, and that never occurred to me. They're the same windows. Sorry, I don't know. It just kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. This whole motel sequence, I was trapped in here for, I don't know, it felt like days. Just wandering up and down. The windows in here were the scariest part. Just felt like they could just slide open, you know? You know when you're driving at night, or you're, I don't know, you're walking through a building, and it's dark out, and you pass by a window, and, you feel something. You feel like something's looking in at you. And you stop there. And you can just feel its eyes drilling into the side of your head. It's out there in the dark, looking in. And there's this thought. Maybe if I don't turn my head, maybe if I don't look, maybe if it doesn't know that I can see it, maybe I'll be safe. And then of course, you look and there's nothing there. But what if it was real? What if one time it was real? That's what it feels like in the maze. That if the thing out in the dark knows, then you know it's there. Then it can come for you. I guess I'm in a bit of a creepy mood. I have to be honest, I'm terrified of going back. If there were any other way, if it were anything less than Scotty, I don't think I could go. But I have to. up inside when I think about it. Wait a minute. Oh my God. I remember this too. This was a hotel. I think it was like a Marriott hotel. And it had this inner courtyard with a big pool and a hot tub. A little circular hot tub in the ground. And I was just sitting in the hot tub. And Mom or Dad were yelling at each other. They were screaming about something. I can't even remember what it was. And they were just getting louder and louder, and it was in public. And I was in a hot tub, and it was cold. Or maybe I was cold. Isn't that weird? I just remember how cold I was. It was summer. And I was in a hot tub, but I was freezing. And I couldn't move. And they fought, and I just wanted to yell at them or hit them or something. But I just couldn't do anything. I haven't thought about that. I don't know. All of this stuff is feeling very real all of a sudden. To be honest, it's freaking me the fuck out, but maybe that's a good thing. If I'm like getting connected to this place again. I don't know, man, it doesn't make any sense. When I got back, there was an elevator. Isn't that weird? There was an elevator that I found, and it just popped me out back at the pool. There's an elevator up in the locker rooms, and it just put me out there. I still remember the receptionist screaming when she saw me. Of course, me and my brother, we'd been plastered all over the news at that point. We were the talk of the town. When I got back, I was like a celebrity, Well, like a celebrity criminal, I guess. Oh yeah, this place was weird. There's just red tiles everywhere. The feeling of something being there was so strong here. It was like the thing that I couldn't look at was just right behind me the whole time. It was just stepping with every step I took. Wait. Why does it feel so familiar? I think I know this place too. Why do I know this place? Why do I know this place? Oh my God. How could I forget? How could I have ever forgotten? I can't talk about it. I need a minute. Sorry, I needed a minute. This place is, Dr. Chris is right. removing things from your head. I don't know how, I don't know why. But it's not random. It's not just rooms. I've been to these places before. I had forgotten them, but I'd been there before. And now I have to go back. I guess I should say one more thing. If, whoever's listening to this, I don't know if my mom is gonna, I don't know if she wants to listen to this, if she will or not, but if you could just play this part for her. Yeah, I just want to talk to you for a second, Mom. We both lost our family, Mom. But we didn't have to lose each other. And we did. And that's on me as much as it is on you, and I'm sorry. And you should have tried harder. And I should have too. I'm sorry that, that I lost him. That I was there. I'm sorry that I let him get stuck there alone. And I'm going back for him. And I'm gonna make it right. And I know that things are never gonna be the same. The way they were before Dad died. But we need to try. If we get Scotty back, we need to try to figure it out. I'm sorry, and I guess I just want to say that I love you, Mom. I still do love you. And I miss you. Okay, well, goodbye everybody, and I will see you on the other side. Wish me luck.